My teenager posted my salary online to shame me, so I showed her exactly what that salary paid for. The screenshot had 47,000 views before I even woke up. My daughter Brianna had posted my pay stub to her Instagram story at 2 a.m. with a crying laughing emoji and the caption, "No wonder we're poor. This is what my mom makes working 50 hours a week." Embarrassing. The image showed my name, my hourly wage of $18.75, and my gross pay of $1,847.23 for 2 weeks of work at Riverside Medical Center, where I'd been a certified nursing assistant for 11 years. Her 2,300 followers had seen it, her friends had screenshotted it, someone had reposted it to a local gossip account with the comment, "Imagine working that hard for that little." By 8 a.m., my phone was blowing up with notifications from coworkers asking if I was okay. My supervisor Nadine called me into her office before my shift even started, her face tight with concern and something else I couldn't quite identify. She closed the door behind me and pulled up her own phone, showing me the screenshot that was now circulating among hospital staff. I sat in that office chair, feeling my chest compress as I scrolled through the comments. Some people were defending me, saying CNAs were underpaid and overworked, but others were laughing, calling me a loser who should have gone to college, asking why anyone would stay at the same dead-end job for over a decade. Nadine told me the hospital's HR department was already aware, and they were trying to figure out if this violated any policies since it showed my full legal name and the facility's information. I couldn't speak. I just stared at my own salary on that screen, the number I'd always felt ashamed of now broadcast to thousands of strangers. Nadine asked if I needed to go home, but I shook my head because I couldn't afford to miss a shift. Every hour counted. Every hour had always counted. I walked onto the floor at 7:32 a.m. with my badge clipped to my scrubs and my heart sitting somewhere between my ribs and my throat. Mrs. Delgado in room 304 needed to be turned and cleaned. Mr. Pham in 308 was calling for pain medication again. Life in the hospital didn't stop because my 16-year-old daughter had decided to humiliate me online. I changed adult diapers and monitored vital signs and helped patients walk to the bathroom while my phone kept buzzing in my pocket with every new comment and share. By my lunch break, the post had been taken down from Brianna's account, but the damage was already done. Screenshots lived forever. I sat in the break room with a sandwich I couldn't taste, watching a younger CNA named Destiny scroll through her phone and then look up at me with that particular expression people get when they've just seen something about you online. She didn't say anything. She didn't have to. I called Brianna during my 15-minute break, standing in the stairwell where no one could hear me. She answered on the fourth ring with a sigh so dramatic I could picture her rolling her eyes. I asked her what she was thinking, posting my personal information like that. She said it wasn't personal because everyone knew I was broke anyway. She said her friends' parents all made way more money and she was tired of being the poor kid in their group. She said maybe if I'd done something with my life instead of wiping butts for a living, she wouldn't be so embarrassed to be my daughter. I stood in that stairwell listening to my own child speak to me like I was nothing, like the sacrifices I'd made, the shifts I'd worked while sick, the overtime I'd taken to pay for her dance lessons and her braces and her iPhone didn't matter. The line went dead before I could respond. She'd hung up on me. I finished my shift at 7 p.m., 12 hours after I'd started, and drove home in the dark. My apartment building looked the same as it always did. 3 stories of beige stucco with a courtyard that management never maintained. I climbed the stairs to unit 214 and let myself in to find Brianna on the couch watching TikTok with her earbuds in, completely unbothered by the destruction she'd caused that day. The apartment was small, just 2 bedrooms and a bathroom and a kitchen that opened into the living room. I'd lived here since Brianna was 4 years old, since her father Derek walked out and left me with a toddler and $23,000 in credit card debt he'd racked up without telling me. I'd clawed my way out of that hole one paycheck at a time. I'd worked doubles and triples. I'd missed Brianna's school plays and her dance recitals because I was picking up extra shifts to keep us housed and fed, and this was how she repaid me. I stood in the doorway of our apartment watching my daughter laugh at something on her phone, completely oblivious to my presence, and I made a decision. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just walked into the kitchen, pulled out a notebook, and started writing. The next morning was Saturday, and Brianna slept until noon as usual. I was up at 6 a.m. because my body didn't know how to sleep in anymore after 11 years of early shifts. I sat at the kitchen table with my notebook and a calculator, working through numbers I'd never shared with her. When she finally emerged from her room around 12:30, hair tangled and phone already in hand, she found me waiting. The kitchen table was covered in papers, bank statements, bills, receipts from the past 3 months. She looked at the mess and asked what was going on, her voice carrying that edge of teenage annoyance that had become her default setting. I told her to sit down. She rolled her eyes and said she was meeting Jade at the mall in an hour. Full story on my channel and linked below.